Hello, wonderful Taurus fam, and welcome to your March astrological chat. Um, Welcome to March. It's almost spring, and we're here. Um, so, to start off your astrological chat, on February 18th, the Sun will enter Pisces in that's in your 11th house, and your 11th house has to do with your um, your friends, groups, goals, and aspirations. It's the I Aspire house, and being that it's in Pisces, um, kind of gives it like a more dreamy energy. So you could be, you could be thinking about your goals in a dreamy way, your aspirations. Um, you could be thinking about, your friends, um, or setting up get-togethers with friends that are kind of Piscean in nature, meaning you could have, just a fun party, kind of low key, um, nothing too audacious with this. And having the sun there, it's energizing that as well. So that should be really fun. On February 20th, you have Jupiter sextiling Neptune, which is also in your 11th house because Neptune, the planet Neptune, is in Pisces. And having Jupiter there, it's just, it's also emphasizing um, this dreaminess, this fantastical color to your goals, your aspirations, and the time you spend with your friends. You could be talking with your friends and you're talking about goals, you're talking about all your inspirations, you're kind of up there, which is a wonderful thing to do, because every great action has an idea before it, so that should be fun. On February 23rd, we have the new moon in Pisces, which is also in your 11th house, and that's putting a fresh twist to it. I mean, the moon is all about emotion and the subconscious. So you feel with your new moon in Pisces, you're building upon your thoughts, in this dreamy way as well. And since it's a new moon, it's kind of like a clean slate. So it's a good place to start. It's a very refreshed mind that you'll have to dream. On March 2nd, actually March 4th, we have Mercury retrogrades in the sign of Aquarius, and that is happening in your 10th house. Your 10th house is your career status, your reputation, your vocational purpose, and kind of like how you achieve in the world. The fact that it's Mercury in retrograde, it's not negative. It's a lot of people think, oh, Mercury retrograde, it's spooky, but it's not really a negative thing. It's just kind of a slowing down, kind of. It's very much about reanalyzing with it in your 10th house and in Aquarius. You'll be reanalyzing, rethinking about what you want for your career, or how you achieve things. You might want to try a different perspective to it, an innovative one, a refreshed way. You're rethinking your approach to how you take charge in your career, and this is really good. Um, it's a slower pace, but it's a more meditative, and that's a good thing. You should be thinking things through during Mercury retrogrades, um, when you're making any plans, and also when Mercury goes direct, you're going to be way more prepared and in the right mind to do whatever it is your goals are. On March 4th as well, Venus enters Taurus in your first house, which is awesome. That's your your house of your appearance, your outward personality, who you are out in the world. And having Venus there is amazing because Venus Venus is like, that's Venus's main home, is Taurus and Taurus. So it's its most comfortable, and it shines the most, it's glowing. So in return, you'll be glowing outwardly to people. You're going to be shining in a beautiful way. And it can also help you feel more energized as well, being in that first house. On March 9th, the full moon goes into Virgo and in your fifth house. So the fifth house has to do with romance, fun, creativity. It could be like also your inner child, like how you used to play as a kid. It's kind of that fun energy. With the full moon in Virgo, your emotions can be towards romance and creativity and fun. You could be a little bit more analytical, a little bit more, I would say careful, but in a good way, very methodical, practical in your approach to these things, which is very good. I mean, who doesn't want to, think about their decisions with regards to, love, and make sure that everything is right, and everything is right, when you're creating something or writing, it could be writing a song or writing. You want to make sure it's right, and the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, and nothing's misspelled, and that could be potent for you. So you'll be really interested in the details of those things. On March 9th as well, Mercury goes direct, which is amazing because you'll be able to, with the full moon in Virgo, you'll be able to analyze very clearly because Mercury has to do with communication. So with Mercury direct in your 10th house, and Mercury direct in Aquarius in your 10th house, it means you're going to be thinking really clearly with regards to your career, your vocational purpose and taking power, and how you achieve. It's going to be very clear to you and fresh, because Aquarius is all about being new and fresh and kind of revolutionary and electric. It wants to innovate. It wants to not even reinvent. It just wants to invent new, altogether new. So you're going to be, wanting to communicate in new ways, wanting to. Mercury also rules travel, short distance travel. You might be, encouraged or inspired rather to go and, I don't know, get out of Dodge for a second. And that is a lot of fun. March 16th, we have Mercury entering Pisces, which, that's another type of energy in your 11th house. So with that, all that innovation from Aquarius, Mercury in Aquarius, becomes more dreamy. So, but it's still clear and still more clear than the retrograde, and it's still very um, direct, meaning you'll have a thought, you'll have an inspiration, and you'll be able to think it through clearly. You'll be able to write about it. You'll be able to take note in a more effective way, and that's in your 11th house of your friends, groups, goals, aspirations. So let's say you're planning a party, you'll be able to dream it up or fantasize about it, but put it to paper and like get it together, and have that party with more ease. Next, we have March 19th. We have Uranus sextiling your true node, which is pretty awesome, pretty positive. It's in your first. It's your first and third house. It's a sextile, so it's with your true node there. It's kind of has to do with your like your destiny in the world, whatever you feel that is. It's like Uranus is bringing newness to that. It's refreshing it. It's it can be, in this case, it's shocking in a good way. Your thoughts and your ideas about your destiny in the world. You're going to be thinking about that in a positive and new way. And then March 19th, the sun enters Aries, fiery Aries, action-oriented Aries in your 12th house. And your 12th house is, it's kind of your solitude. It's your subconscious. It's what you do when you're alone. It also deals with like spirituality, and so having Aries there, it's looking like it's powerful. You know, you're gonna want to take action in that way, like in your spirituality. You're gonna feel like motivated to dig deep, you know, to do to read that book, to take your inner life to the next level. And with it in Aries, you're going to do that with fervor, you know, in a strong way. And then on March 21st, this Saturn enters Aquarius, and that's in your 10th house of career, status, vocational purpose. And that's really good because Saturn is all about, you know, working hard, and mixed with Aquarius, you're going to be working hard towards your career, getting the ball rolling in a very fresh way, but also very disciplined with Saturn there. On March 23rd, we have Jupiter, the planet of expansion and optimism and luck. It's going to be quintiling Chiron, which is it's an aspect of it's an asteroid actually, but it represents any old traumas, any wounding you had, anything you're working through. And this is very positive because Jupiter can expand, can help you bring positivity to that and see it in a new way. And that's in your 12th house, which that's amazing because that's your house of like your inner world. So on this day, March 23rd, or around it, you could be you could talk to someone and like have a little bit of enlightenment over, you know, something you went through, and it was always kind of under the surface, and now it's like you're feeling more free about it, and that's amazing. So the next day, on March 24th, we have the new moon in Aries, which that's also in your 12th house, which kind of goes along with it moves you forward in a great way from whatever whatever you felt like traumatized you, or something you were working through on the inside, because new moon in Aries brings like a fresh subconscious and action to that inner world. Like, it makes you want to take action in moving forward. March 30th, to close the month, we have Mars entering Aquarius in your 10th house of career, which is, you're getting a lot of movement in your career house. It's amazing. Mars entering Aquarius, that's all about action and like invention and like nuance. So that's, I mean, Aquarius, come on. Like, Aquarius is also very like social, not afraid to like talk to people, get moving. Mars is very mover and shaker as well, so it's a very powerful 10th house position. Very powerful. So career's looking great. You know, in your relationships this month, it's, you know, make sure to you know, if you meet somebody, make sure to get to know them. Make sure that you do your homework and like just figuring out like who they are and all that. It's very good for relationships, I would say. And then career is just amazing, and also that inner life is getting a lot of attention, and that's a beautiful thing, because it looks like you're getting a lot of resolution for that. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching, Taurus. Have a wonderful March, and I'll see you guys in April. So take care. Have a good one.